Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Dhruv Sehgal. I have my PhD in Mass Communication.
And with me is my colleague, Mr. Jinder Kaur, and we'll be talking about communication studies. Communication is something we have been doing before humans came into existence. Communication has been defined by a model. I would like that everyone listens it very carefully, because if we understand this model, we will be able to communicate much better than how we communicate now. For advocates, it is utmost important to be very good communicator. The word communication is a Latin word which means to make common. That means to share an idea and to get a feedback. Communication is a process, as I said, of exchanging information, ideas, thoughts, feeling and messages between individuals, groups, or through various methods, including verbal, non-verbal, written and digital means. I would like you to understand and remember the word non-verbal here, because many of the slides we'll be talking about would include this non-verbal communication. How the communication happens? The communication happens when a sender, who is the sender? A person who is speaking, conveys a message through a medium to the receiver, who then provides a feedback. So here, as you are budding advocates, advocate is preparing to present a case. Message is a well-researched written argument supporting their client. Medium is combination of spoken words, presentation, your brief, your visual aids. And receiver is the jury. And feedback is the questions of the jury which are being asked to you. And this all happens in this model of communication. Now I'll go further in this. There is a sender. The sender is sending a message that goes through a channel. He's speaking maybe. It could be your written presentation, or it could be anything. The sender is sending a message through a channel and a receiver is receiving it. Now, through a channel. Now, channel can be spoken, could be broadcast medium, could be any medium. The medium has only two kinds of noise. First, channel noise, and second, anyone can tell? Semantic noise. Channel noise is something which happens around our surrounding. I'm talking, my mic may not work well. You will not be able to hear me properly. So that is a channel noise. My voice is not clear to you because of this fan going on. This is channel noise. And what is semantic noise? Understand the word semantic noise. It is the noise which happens in our brain. When I say, but your thoughts are somewhere else, you are thinking something. So my message is not getting delivered to your brain. The cognitives are not at work. The message will not get processed properly. As an advocate, why understanding this thing is important for you? As an advocate, this is important for you to understand, because when you will say something and the other person has semantic noise, it is your, as a good communicator, responsibility to remove that semantic noise so that your message goes ahead into the cognitives of the person to whom you want your message to be delivered. How? Semantic noise kicks in. Semantic noise kicks in when we overburden someone with more information and do not give pauses. If I do not give adequate pauses, if I speak with like 6 words per second, the brain will not be able to process it. So this is one example. The semantic noise will kick in. And once the brain stops processing, ध्यान कहीं और चला जाएगा उसका. If a person is anxious, if your client is anxious, he is more worried about what is going to happen next. There is a semantic noise running. So that semantic noise has to be bypassed, so your message is delivered to the person you are delivering the message. In the medium, we have two noise, semantic noise and channel noise. So this is the model of communication. If you understand this model of communication, you will understand the basis how the communication is happening. Whenever you are communicating, always remember this model of communication has to be imprinted in your brain. To be a good communicator, it is important. Why it is important? It is important for your legal writings. It is important for your client relations. If you are not able to communicate well, if you are not able to decode the message is by words what your client is giving and by para-language what your client is giving. I'll come over to para-language also, which is very important for you. We will not be able to be good advocates. For negotiation skills, for effective advocacy, for cross-examination, your communication should be better. Public speaking, your interpersonal communication, active listening, non-verbal communication, cultural competence. There may be a cultural barrier between you and your client or someone you're giving the message. So a cultural sensitivity is very, very important. Statistically, language, the spoken words, what we speak, and how we express through our body. So this is 93% for our non-verbal language and 7% for the words we are using. While I use my words, if I speak it flat and without any emotions, it won't make any sense. But if I speak it well, controlling the words I throw per second with emphasis, with intonations, with right pitch, with right volume. With right volume will not make, but this is better, with right volume. This makes a better impact. Now let's go further in this. 55% is the body language. 38% is the tone of voice, that includes pitch, speed, volume, intonations of the speech. So paralanguage refers to non-verbal elements of communication used to modify meaning and convey emotions. Please make note of the word modify. Modify meaning and convey emotions. If I speak a line about someone in a casual tone, but the line has a gravitas in words, but I speak it casually, it will modify the meaning. Similarly, if I speak something with a lot of gravitas in my tone, in my volume, it will have a lasting impact on the jury or anyone sitting across you. It is the non-verbal language that will create an impact on the person sitting across the table or across you. Always the non-verbal communication that will lead to impact. Ritesh just pushed Ramesh out of the ground. And if I speak it like this, Ritesh deliberately pushed him out of the ground. So using a word deliberate and the intonation on the word deliberate will change the whole meaning. And if I speak it like this, Ritesh pushed Ramesh out of the ground, it will like something he has done very good. How we speak, how we present that line to the jury, it changes the meaning. If we're not using the intonations right, the gravitas of your case, the gravitas of your line will dilute away totally. On one hand, good command on paralanguage makes you a better communicator. And on the other hand, understanding the science of body language, what body is telling, body speaks louder than words. Always remember, body is going to speak louder than words. जब बचपन में बच्चा झूठ बोलता था, तो कैसे बोलता था कोई बता सकता है? Johnny, Johnny, yes papa. Eating sugar? No papa. Telling a lie? No papa. Open your mouth. मुंह छुपा लिया उसने. So as we grow old, we are able to hide our body language. और वो जो हम मुंह छुपाते हैं झूठ बोलने के बाद, वो सिर्फ मुंह नहीं छुपता, वो सिर्फ हाथ हिलता है. So there are many हाथ हिलेगा, हाथ ऐसे बाल के पीछे चला जाएगा. That is how you get hold of a person, that whether he's lying or he's not lying. Now coming on to paralanguage, there are 6 main things: pitch, tone, volume, rate of speech. How many words you throw in 1 second? 7 words per second, 3 words per second. Atal Bihari Vajpayee ji ki tarah 2 words per second. Intonations, how much emphasis you put on your words. Pause and silence, very important. Pause and silence, I guess, is most important for advocates. If an advocate gives a pause which is much longer than the desired pause, it would mean that he has silenced, and you're giving an opportunity for the advocate, the other person representing the case, to speak. It may be the jury may think that you have finished. Within 3 seconds, someone will make up their mind. Okay, so my colleague with me here, Dimpy, will be doing some exercise. She'll be, can everyone see the screen? We'll be doing some exercises where we'll be trying to improve how you speak. So here we are talking about tone of voice. So scenario 1 is a witness being questioned about observations on the night of a crime. Here we'll be understanding both the sides, where an attorney is also saying and whereas a witness is speaking and in what tone the witness is speaking. So here the witness role will be played by Dimpy and the attorney role one by one will be played by, starting from you, will start from you, anti-clockwise. The attorney you have to speak it in calm, measured tone, the same line. The line is, did you see the defendant at the scene? Now you have to speak this line in tone of voice which is clear, calm and measured, please. The witness will reply in a confident and assertive tone.
Did you see the defendant at the scene?
Yes, I saw the defendant at the scene.
So now, the tone you used, did you see the defendant at the scene, does not have any paralanguage at the moment. There is no assertiveness. The throw of words, the rate at which you spoke was fine, but the intonations were missing. It should have been like this. Did you see the defendant at the scene? With a faster pace if there is a urgency while speaking, or should have been, did you see the defendant at the scene? Making an eye contact and then asking, right? So can you please repeat your lines?
Did you see the defendant at the scene?
Repeat.
Did you see the defendant at the scene?
Intonation is something how emphasis we put on each word. Here the intonation has to come. You have to see which words require intonation. Did you see at the scene are the words where you have to give intonation. The tone has to change. Give an emphasis. Speak again, please.
Did you see the defendant at the scene?
The did word was low. Make it high and strong.
Did you see the defendant at the scene?
Yes, I saw the defendant.
Sir, she was fine? Right, please. Okay, so now we'll talk about volume. The volume we use where the attorney will be raising the voice to emphasis. Whereas here we were talking about intonation, but now we'll be talking about the volume. Please note how the witness is changing her modulation. Please note that also. Now you use your volume to speak the same line, please.
Did you see the defendant at the scene?
Now that's more like Angrez.
Did you see the defendant at the scene?
Confidence and emphasis are missing.
Did you see the defendant at the scene?
Eye contact there.
Did you see the defendant at the scene?
Witness will reply in confident and assertive tone. Please make more assertive.
Yes, I saw the defendant.
Now she's more heavier on voice, tone and clarity. So you have to be better. That's okay. Leave the mic down. She's also without the mic. Please come again.
Did you see the defendant?
Did you see the defendant at the scene? Faster tone, slower tone,
Did you see the defendant at the scene?
slower tone. Did you see the defendant at the scene?
Did you see the defendant at the scene?
Command नहीं आ रहा. Command और बढ़ाओ.
Did you see the defendant at the scene?
Command नहीं आ रहा और T आपका pronunciation ठीक नहीं आ रहा.
Defendant.
हाँ, T पूरा बोलो. Defendant T.
Did you see the defendant at the scene?
Yes, I saw the defendant.
दोबारा.
Did you see the defendant?
Did you see? Pay emphasis.
Did you see the defendant at the scene?
I saw the defendant.
Okay, thanks. It could have been like this also. Did you see the defendant at the scene? If you want to, थोड़ा सा bully कर रहे हो आप साथ में. Or it could have been, did you see the defendant at the scene? Or did you see the defendant at the scene? It is not good to use higher pitch all the time at all. आपकी मम्मा कभी ऐसे जोर से high pitch में बोलते हैं बुरा लगता होगा ना? It is not good to speak at high pitch all the time. But can you tell me in court when it becomes very important? Yes.
While raising an objection.
And okay.
During cross-examination.
It is during urgency of a matter when you want to draw attention or you want to bring an emphasis on something which is of utmost importance. If you feel that the जज साहब को लग रहा है कि भाई ये तो इस पे पेनल्टी लगानी चाहिए नहीं है, तो आप बोलोगे जोर से कि नहीं मिलॉर्ड, इसने कुछ गलत नहीं किया. ये तो मतलब ऐसा थोड़ा हाई पिच पे बोलोगे ना. Because if you will not do that and say, no, my lord, he is fine, he has not done anything, it will not make an impact. Can someone speak like that, a line? And then again, Dimpy will be redoing that line. Okay, please.
My lordship, my innocent, my client.
You are raising the volume. Don't raise the volume. Intonations use करो जो हमने भी सीखा. अपनी pitch को थोड़ा ऊपर लाओ. Urgency का feel लाओ उसके अंदर. दोबारा करो.
My lordship, my client is innocent. There should be no fine on him.
Once more. बेटे करो.
Your lordship, my client is innocent. There should be no fine on him.
नहीं, क्योंकि दो चीजें हैं. इसमें एक और चीज ऐड हो रही है. एक तो if you can increase your vocabulary.
You have to make an impact. Making the impact does not mean by raising the words. You make an impact with your body language, or maybe just emphasize on one word while maintaining the dignity and the grace and the respect for the bench. The moment you kind of raise the voice, and ultimately you have to take the relief from that person, no, sitting across at the bench. So you have to maintain the same while maintaining the decorum. You only have to make an impact. So not raising the words. You may say normal words, you may say better words, complicated words, but yes, when you are arguing in the court, you have to be very, very clear with the legal vocabulary, and your normal vocabulary should be good enough.
So the exercise was of pitch. Whenever there is an urgency and we speak fast to convey the message, it is the pitch which will change, not the volume. Volume change होते ही लगेगा अरे आप ऊंचा बोलने लग गए तो. The exercise was of pitch. So here is a scenario. Dimpy will take up from here. And the scenario is addressing a judge about crucial evidence during a court session. An advocate is presenting new critical evidence that could potentially exonerate their client. To emphasize the urgency and importance of this evidence, the advocate raises their pitch slightly while speaking. The advocate says, I would request anyone from the left line to read, and then she will be correcting it.
Your Honor, I respectfully request your immediate attention to this new piece of evidence that has just come to this light. This document discovered only last night could significantly impact the outcome of the case. It proves that my client was not present at the scene of the crime.
Once more.
Your Honor, I respectfully request your immediate attention to this new piece of evidence that has just come to light. This document discovered only last night could significantly impact the outcome of the case. It proves that my client was not present at the scene of the crime.
This new piece of evidence, you need to emphasize this. Need of urgency नहीं शो हो रहा, तो थोड़ा सा urgency और है.
थोड़ा वॉल्यूम भी नीचे करिए और थोड़ा ग्रेस लाइए.
Your Honor, I respectfully request your immediate attention to this new piece of evidence that has just come to light. This document discovered only last night could significantly impact the outcome of this case. It proves that my client was not present at the scene of the crime.
Not present पे तो emphasis आया नहीं.
It proves that my client was not present at the scene of the crime. Emphasis.
It proves that my client was not present at the scene of the crime.
आप उधर ही देख के बोलो. आप जैसे ही मेरी तरफ देख रहे हो, आपकी वॉल्यूम बिल्कुल लो हो रही है और वो उसका मतलब बिल्कुल खत्म हो रहा है.
What she wants to say is when you're moving your head, your volume is changing.
Yeah.
Yes.
It proves that my client was not present at the scene of the crime.
Once more.
It proves that my client was not present at the scene of the crime.
Please use body language also here. Use your hand movements.
Your Honor, I respectfully request your immediate attention to this new piece of evidence that has just come to light. This document discovered only last night could significantly impact the outcome of the case. It proves that my client was not present at the scene of the crime.
Anyone?
I understand that you're feeling very nervous. I understand that you're feeling very nervous about tomorrow's hearing, but I want you to know that we are fully prepared. I have reviewed all the details thoroughly, and we have a strong case. Trust me, we will handle everything step by step.
Reassurance is missing. You have to give reassurance. The tone has to be something like this. I understand that you're feeling. Understand word पे emphasis आएगा. I understand that you're feeling very nervous about tomorrow's hearing, but I want you to know. थोड़ा ग्रेस लाओ, थोड़ा शांति लाओ, टोन नीचे लाओ, हल्की भारी टोन करो. अभी ऊंचा मत करो, वॉल्यूम नीचे करो. दोबारा.
I understand that you're feeling very nervous about tomorrow's hearing.
ना नहीं, बिल्कुल भी नहीं, क्योंकि आप सिर्फ लाइंस बोल रहे हो, फीलिंग नहीं है. यू आर नॉट स्पीकिंग इट फ्रॉम हार्ट. ही विल नॉट बिलीव यू. एनीथिंग यू आर नॉट स्पीकिंग फ्रॉम हार्ट, नो वन इज गोइंग टू बिलीव यू. ओके, एनीवन प्लीज.
I understand that you are feeling very nervous about tomorrow's hearing, but I want to know you that we are fully prepared. I have reviewed all the details thoroughly, and we have a strong case. Trust me that we will have a. I understand that you are feeling very nervous about tomorrow's hearing, but I want to know you that we are fully prepared. I have reviewed all the details thoroughly, and we have a strong case. Trust me that we will have a.
ओके, आप बताओ क्या क्या गलतियां हैं इसमें.
Firstly, the problems तो है ही.
बताइए क्या क्या गलतियां.
Heavy pulse,
Pause and
sir, pitch.
empathy. Empathy is not there. Empathy is missing. Pause is missing. Sympatheticness towards your client is not there in your words. Then when you're speaking, the connection with your client is not there at all. If I'm talking to you, I really want you to grow. I really want good of you. And I'll do anything to make you successful. And that has to come from my heart. Something like this.
I understand that you are feeling very nervous about tomorrow's hearing, but I want to know you that we are fully prepared, and I have reviewed all the details thoroughly. We have a strong case, and trust me that we will go step by step tomorrow.
Someone please.
I understand that you're feeling very nervous about tomorrow's hearing, but I want you to know कि हम लोग अच्छे से सब प्रिपेयर कर चुके हैं. हमने सारी डिटेल्स थॉरोली देख ली है, and we have a very strong case. Trust me, we will handle everything step by step.
थोड़ा सा emphasis कम था. So the lower pitch here will convey control and calmness. When you portray control, your client will feel more comfortable that he's in safe hands.
Next is tone. Develop a range of tones to match the context of your message and the audience. आपको स्वर पता है, टोन्स पता है किस टाइप की होती है. आप मीठा बोल रहे हो, आप रूड बोल रहे हो, आप गुस्से में बोल रहे हो, बहुत कामली बोल रहे हो. सो दीज आर द टोन्स. ठीक है. अब एज एन एग्जाम्पल, जब आप अपने क्लाइंट से बात करते हो, आप बहुत एम्पैथेटिक टोन यूज़ करते हो, बहुत ही वार्म टोन यूज़ करते हो, उसको कंफर्टेबल फील करवाने की कोशिश करते हो. अगर आप ऐसे नहीं करोगे तो क्लाइंट तो भाग जाएगा, है ना. बट वही अगर आप जब क्रॉस एग्जामिनेशन करते हो विटनेस के साथ, तो यू हैव टू यूज़ अ फर्म असर्टिव टोन, राइट. और जब आप जूरी के सामने बात करोगे तो आप एक सिंसियर और एक कन्वर्सेशनल बात करोगे. आप बहुत ज़्यादा फ्रेंडली नहीं हो सकते. इसके लिए भी हमारे पास एक्टिविटी है. तो डिस्कसिंग सेंसिटिव इश्यूज विद अ क्लाइंट,
You have to use warm, empathetic tone with your client. Okay, you have a dialogue.
Mrs. Sharma, I understand how overwhelming the situation is for you. I want you to know that we are here to support you and fight for your rights. We will handle this matter with the utmost care and sensitivity.
Empathy आपने अच्छी दी है. Empathy अच्छी दी है आपने.
Mrs. Sharma, I understand how overwhelming the situation is for you. I want you to know that we are here to support you and fight for your rights. We will handle this matter with the utmost care and sensitivity.
Very good.
Scenario 2, cross-examining the witness.
Mr. Gupta, isn't true? Mr. Gupta, isn't it true that you were at the scene of the incident on the night of June 15? Your previous testimony contradicts your current statement. Please answer the question clearly for the court.
Mr. Gupta, जैसे मैं लाउड बोला, फिर मिस्टर गुप्ता ऐसे बोल सकते हैं. वी कैन से मिस्टर गुप्ता प्लीज स्पीक क्लियरली इन फ्रंट ऑफ द कोर्ट. यू कैन पुश अ बिट ऑन हिम. यूज योर एंटोनेशंस टू push the person you're interrogating to get the answers from the person you're interrogating. Use intonations.
Mr. Gupta,
Isn't it true that you were at the scene of that incident on the night of June 15th? Your previous testimony contradicts your current statement. Please answer the question clearly for the court.
So when we say, isn't it true? Here, as I was talking in earlier slides, when you say, isn't it true? You can modify the meaning of your line, isn't it true? In a manner, isn't it true? It will bring suspicion. You can make it like this, isn't it true? Will not have any impact. But when you make it like this, isn't it true that you were? So the impact will be different. You are, by your intonations, you are creating suspicion कि हाँ कुछ तो गड़बड़ है यहाँ पे, और वो भी थोड़ा दबाव में आएगा.
Scenario 3. Addressing the jury in the courtroom. So the conversation should be conversational and sincere tone. Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen of jury, I ask you to carefully consider the evidence presented. My client is an honest person who has been wrongly accused. We trust your judgment to see the truth and delivery of fair verdict.
थोड़ा यहाँ से नीचे से बोलो, गले के नीचे थोड़ा भारी, ऐसे थोड़ा चिन अप करके बोल के देखो. चिन अप करो थोड़ा बोलते हुए. अब बोलो.
Ladies and gentlemen of jury, I ask you to carefully consider the evidence presented. My client is an honest person who has wrongly accused. We trust your judgment to see the truth and delivery of fair verdict.
So what you did now was, you have a higher pitch. Everyone has different voice. You have a higher pitch, but you handled that higher pitch with better intonations. And in the last statement, you handled it with better intonations. So initially when you said intonations were missing, plus your voice is on the higher pitch side, but you handle it well with intonation. So that means you would have to practice more on the paralanguage side to leave an everlasting impact, and you will make a better impact than any other if you are able to handle the paralanguage better, because it won't matter in what voice always you are speaking, but there are many more things through which you can express your what you want to say, your feelings, your expressions. So you should work on those parts very strongly.
Scenario 4. Conducting a negotiation. Your tone should be collaborative and respectful tone.
Let's focus on finding a solution that works for both parties. I believe we can reach a fair agreement by understanding each other's concerns and working together. Your cooperation is highly valued in resolving this matter amicably.
Collaboration, the demand and request for collaboration was not there in your tone. Had this been like this, let's focus on finding a solution that works for both the parties. Or we can say it like this, let's focus on finding the solutions that work for both the parties. But if we speak this line straight away, it won't have much of impact. The collaboration, what we just said, the collaborativeness has to reflect in the tonality you are using. Please.
Let's focus on finding a solution that works for both parties. I believe we can reach a fair agreement by understanding each other's concerns and working together. Your cooperation is highly valued in resolving this matter amicably.
Monologue है ये, dialogue नहीं है. This is a monologue. You are speaking as if it is a monologue. It has to be a dialogue. Your tone should be such that it is demanding a response. आपने अपनी line बोली, it was a monologue, no one cares, and you go back home. But if it is a dialogue, if there is a demand of an answer from the other party's side, then only you will get an answer. But what you are just speaking, the way you are speaking is like a monologue, and you are not expecting an answer. आपको ये line बस देनी थी, आपने दे दी. ऐसा नहीं, आप इसको इस तरह बोलो that there is a demand for the answer from the other side also.
Let's focus on finding a solution that works for both parties. I believe we can reach a fair agreement by understanding each other's concerns and working together. Your cooperation is highly valued in resolving this matter.
Sir, let's find solution which works for both the parties. We have to find the solution which works for both the parties. And the tone you speak has to be so casual that I understand you and you understand me. in an informal tone. Or, sir, let's find a solution which works for both the parties. But if we say it like this, let's focus on finding a solution that works for both the parties, will not make an impact and will not demand an answer. Let's focus on a solution which works for both the parties. कि अगला बंदा नहीं मान रहा, आप उसको कन्विंस कर रहे हो, वो भी प्यार से. Let's focus on the solution that works for both the parties. Modulate the voice.
So, volume. Modulate your volume to maintain clarity and emphasis without overwhelming your audience. For an example, speak loudly and clearly in crowded courtroom to ensure your arguments are heard. जब आप कोर्ट में बात करते हो तो आप इस इतनी टोन में बात नहीं कर सकते, नहीं तो आपके सामने वाले या साथ वाले को भी आवाज़ नहीं आएगी. यू हैव टू स्पीक लाउडर. तो आपको अपनी आवाज़ की वॉल्यूम बढ़ानी पड़ेगी ताकि आपकी बात कोर्ट के बैठे आखिरी बंदे तक पहुँचे. आपके पास वहाँ पे माइक नहीं होगा बात करने के लिए, तो आपकी वॉल्यूम इतनी होनी चाहिए कि कोर्ट के आखिरी बंदे तक आपकी आवाज़ पहुँचे. एंड जब आप प्राइवेट मीटिंग्स में बैठे हो अपने क्लाइंट्स के साथ, तो योर वॉल्यूम शुड बी लोअर. तब आप इस वॉल्यूम में एक दूसरे से बात कर सकते हैं, कामली समझा सकते हैं, बहुत ही सहज तरीके से बात कर सकते हैं. तब आपको चिल्लाने की या अपनी पिच हाई करने की या वॉल्यूम अप करने की ज़रूरत नहीं है. आफ्टर दैट, रेट, बोलने की गति. अब आप वॉल्यूम तो बढ़ा लोगे, साथ में आपकी स्पीड भी मैटर करती है. या तो आप बहुत तेज़ बोलोगे कि किसी को कुछ समझ ना आए, है ना, या फिर आप बहुत धीरे धीरे बोलोगे कि आपकी बात सब तक समझ आ सके. राइट. एग्जाम्पल के तौर पर, स्लो डाउन योर रेट ऑफ स्पीच व्हेन एक्सप्लेनिंग कॉम्प्लेक्स लीगल कंसेप्ट टू अ क्लाइंट टू इंश्योर दे ग्रास्प द डिटेल्स. ओके. And speed up slightly to show enthusiasm and conviction during closing arguments. Or during the client consultations, when explaining a client's legal option, speak slowly and clearly, pausing to answer questions and ensure understanding. जैसा सर ने बताया था कि pausing is very important. आप अपने क्लाइंट को बताई जा रहे हो, उनकी क्वेरी सॉल्व नहीं करोगे तो they will not trust you. तो वो बहुत ज़रूरी है कि आप pausing ज़रूर दें. नेक्स्ट इज इंटोनेशन. आई थिंक आप सबको अभी तक आइडिया हो गया होगा इंटोनेशन का, क्योंकि सर ने बार बार इस वर्ड पे काफ़ी एम्फेसाइज किया है और आप लोगों को बार बार समझाया है. तो इट इज़ यूज वेरिड इंटोनेशन टू एम्फेसाइज की पॉइंट्स एंड कीप द लिसनर्स अटेंशन. एग्जाम्पल, रेज योर इंटोनेशन एट द एंड ऑफ क्वेश्चन ड्यूरिंग क्रॉस एग्जामिनेशन टू हाईलाइट अनसर्टेनिटी और सीक क्लैरिफिकेशन. Okay, and lower your intonation at the end of a declarative statement to reinforce its finality and importance. इसका हम सिनेरियो लेकर चलेंगे ताकि आप ये बेटर और तरीके से समझ पाए.
इंटोनेशन में जो हिंदी शब्द है इंटोनेशन का, स्वराघात, वेरी ब्यूटीफुल वर्ड. कुछ शब्द हर भाषा के अच्छे होते हैं. किस शब्द पे आप आघात करोगे, स्वराघात, कि किस पे आपने ज्यादा तवज्जो देनी है, आपने किस शब्द को ऊपर उठाना है कि वो शब्द ज्यादा प्रोमिनेंट दिमाग के अंदर छप जाए सुनने वाले के. स्वराघात, इंटोनेशन.
Using varied intonation to emphasize key points and maintain attention. So we will take a scenario 1, cross-examination in court.
Mr. Sharma, you claim that you were at the home on the night of the incident, but isn't it true that you were seen near the crime scene?
Crime scene. Emphasize on it.
Mr. Sharma, you claim that you were at home on the night of the incident, but isn't it true that you were seen near the crime scene?
More intonation at near the crime scene. You were seen and near the crime scene. दो सेट पे.
Mr. Sharma, you claim that you were at home on the night of the incident, but isn't it true that you were seen near the crime scene?
Better, but more intonation. The variety is not coming.
Mr. Sharma, you claim that you were at home on the night of the incident, but isn't it true that you were seen near the crime scene?
I'll speak it for you. Mr. Sharma, you claim that you were at home on the night of the incident, but isn't it true that you were seen near the crime scene? I can change it more further. Mr. Sharma, you claim that you were at home on the night of the incident. But isn't it true that you were near the crime scene? So I'm same words, but I'm changing the intonations.
Mr. Sharma, you claim that you were at home on the night of the incident. But isn't it true that you were seen near the crime scene?
Next. Okay, so now lowering intonation at the end of a declarative statement to reinforce finality.
The evidence clearly shows that the defendant was not present at the crime scene on the night in question.
श्योरिटी नहीं आ रही, आप डिक्लेयर कर रहे हो कि मेरा क्लाइंट वहाँ पे था ही नहीं, एंड दिस इज अ फाइनलिटी. क्लाइंट कंसल्टेशन यूजिंग वेरिड इंटोनेशन टू मेक द कन्वर्सेशन एंगेजिंग.
Ms. Mehta, we need to address a few important deadlines for your case.
Emphasize important deadlines with a slight rise in intonation.
Ms. Mehta, we need to address a few important deadlines for your case.
शब्द एक एक शब्द को जमा जमा के बोलिए. We need to address few important deadlines. Every word has to be clear. Now as you are speaking, I can record and replay it. Each and every word what you are speaking, the third word is not clear. Almost the third or fourth word is not clear. You're eating away the alphabets from the word. Practice करिए. होगा क्या कि जब आप जाओगे as an advocate, when you will go, people will take you lightly. There is no scope of that, and you don't want to be taken lightly. Speak each and every word clearly with all the sounds. None of the alphabet has to be eaten away.
इनका नाम मिस्टर मेहता है. मिस्टर मेहता, पहले तो आप सारे डॉक्यूमेंट्स जमा कर दीजिए मंडे. Secondly, we should start preparing for the hearing which is scheduled on 15th.
मंडे तक तो नीचे चला गया और सेकेंडली बहुत ऊपर आ गया.
तो वो एम्फसाइज करता है कि सेकंड
मंडे क्यों नीचे गया? फिर मंडे नीचे नहीं जाना चाहिए था. मंडे इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर यू.
फिर से एक बार. मिस्टर मेहता, पहले तो आप मंडे तक सारे डॉक्यूमेंट्स जमा कर दीजिए. सेकेंडली, वी शुड स्टार्ट प्रिपेयरिंग फॉर द केस, for the hearing. Secondly, we should start preparing for the hearing scheduled on 15th, which is next month.
So here are two scenarios. First is presenting a critical argument in court.
Your Honor, the evidence we have just presented clearly indicates that my client was not at the crime scene on the night in question.
Now, basically, we are talking here about the pausing in silence. So the final word should convey that it is going to be the final word, and place your pauses carefully.
Your Honor, the evidence that we have just presented here indicates that my client was not at the crime scene on the night in question.
Okay, please practice at home to speak the words clearly. Better. This was a small session on communication. To go further, I think there should be around 15 to 20 more such sessions, each session of around 2 hours. But between those sessions, I would request everyone to practice pitch, tone, volume, rate, intonation, and pauses. And how would you practice? Practice through dialogues, make a WhatsApp video, and show it to us. We'll tell you wherever you are wrong. This was about one side of paralanguage. There is another side of paralanguage which we have not discussed at all. That is understanding how the body speaks, because paralanguage is 93%. If paralanguage is 93% and words are just 7%, there is another part of paralanguage which is body language. And it is important to understand the body language much more than any other part of language, because if a respondent is in front of you and the way the client behaves, what are the body languages, it is important to understand them because they speak much louder. A person who is lying, it can be at times they will give a face hide. Then their emotions like avoiding eye contact, excessive blinking, micro expression. There is a smile leakage when a person makes you believe what he thinks you will not believe. So these micro expressions are there. Then forced smile. Someone actually doesn't mean it but smiles back. That would mean that the person doesn't mean it. These are small body expression like fidgeting. If your client is on the desk and fidgeting, whatever you say, he is not going to understand it at all. He has to first come into the position to understand what you're speaking. pausing, hesitation, lip biting, covering the mouth, increased swallowing, increased throat clearing. These are few things. If we meet further, we'll discuss, right? So this was session for today. Thanks, sir. It was me, Dr. Dhruv Sehgal. I have my PhD in mass communication. With me is Tejinder Kaur. She specializes in dramatics. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Thank you, sir, for the opportunity.
Thank you very much. And Digvidi, thank you very much. You see, I have learned so many things today. I wish somebody would have taught us in the beginning of the career, or even maybe in the middle of the career. And you see, otherwise nobody will tell you all this, and you will not even come to know where you are lacking. Suppose आपने लॉ में गोल्ड मेडल ले लिया और गोल्ड मेडल लेके आपने वकालत शुरू कर ली और नहीं चली, तो आप किसको ब्लेम करोगे? ये लेक्चर नहीं किया होता तो किसको ब्लेम करते हैं, और अब किसको करोगे? अब क्लियर हो गया आपको, ठीक है ना? तो अब भी अगर आप नहीं करो इन चीजों को, फिर आप किसी को ब्लेम कर सकते हो? और इसके बगैर चल सकता है काम? इसके बगैर you see, if you have not mastered these communication skills, the law will not get you the answer. Law is only 1%, application law is 4%, rest all is facts, communication skill, rational thinking, fundamentals of law and psychology. So now, but this is only a starting point. Today you are only aware of this rule, which you were not even aware till now. अभी तक तो नहीं पता था ना आपको ये सारी बातें जो आपको पता चली. आपने कुछ किया हुआ ड्रामेटिक्स में, आपको इसमें से कई चीज़ें पता होंगी. कितनी?
सर मैंने भी वॉइस एक्सरसाइजेस करी हैं क्योंकि मैं थिएटर करती हूँ अपने कॉलेज में, तो आवाज़ इसलिए मेरी थोड़ी ज़्यादा है कंपैरेटिवली टू अदर्स. बट इतना पॉजेज और टोन इन सब पे मैंने कभी इतना फोकस नहीं करा क्योंकि अभी बहुत रिसेंटली.
बट आपको पता थी ये सारी टेक्निक्स?
हाँ जी पता थी, क्योंकि मैंने भी काम करा है एनएसडी के लोगों के साथ, तो उन्होंने भी काफ़ी चीज़ें ऐसे बताई थी. बट कभी भी इतना फोकस नहीं हो पाया बिकॉज हमेशा कम टाइम रहता है, प्लेस करने होते हैं, तो कभी भी इतना डीपली नहीं करा है. तो आई एम श्योर दैट आई विल डू इट फर्दर फॉर अदर प्लेस.
देखिए दो चीज़ें हैं. अब आपको आज तो एक नॉलेज हो गई कि भाई ये चीज़ ज़रूरी है, ठीक है ना? अगर आपको एक बहुत टॉप लॉयर बनना है तो इसके बगैर टॉप पे नहीं पहुंचोगे, ठीक है ना? बीच में ही कहीं घूमते रहोगे, या नीचे घूमते रहोगे, ऊपर नहीं पहुंचोगे, ठीक है ना? अगर आपके मन में मंशा है कि नहीं मुझे इंडिया का टॉप लॉयर बनना है, मैं जब बात करूं तो सारे लोग एकदम जो है वो जो करने हो जाए, पूरी बात कम्युनिकेट हो, हर जगह यूट्यूब पे आ जाए कि वकील साहब आजकल आता है बड़े अच्छे अच्छे छोटे छोटे क्लिप्स कि एक यंग लॉयर ने एमपी हाई कोर्ट में पहला केस आर्ग्यू किया. एक कल परसों मैंने डाला है शायद ग्रुप पर, यंग लॉयर पहला केस आर्ग्यू करा, मर्डर केस बड़ा सुंदर आर्ग्यू किया, ठीक है ना? तो आज आपको एक नॉलेज हो गई एक चीज़ की जो आपको अभी तक नहीं थी. बट सिर्फ इससे कोई फ़र्क नहीं पड़ा ना. आप अब कल भी वैसे ही हो जैसे आज थे, सडनली चेंज कर लोगे सब कल तक ही? इसके लिए आपको प्रैक्टिस करनी पड़ेगी. प्रैक्टिस करके जो अपने आप को ट्रांसफॉर्म करना पड़ेगा. पहले तो जिस टाइम प्रैक्टिस करोगे उस टाइम सिर्फ बोलोगे, फिर वो स्टेज आएगी कि जब आपका 24 आवर्स यू आर इन ए डिफरेंट स्टेट. अगर जिस वक्त प्रैक्टिस करो उसी वक्त ही बोल रहे हो, जैसे मान लो इन्होंने क्लास और मान लो इन्होंने 12 सेशन आपने लिए, उस टाइम पे आप बोल रहे हो, पर बाकी सारा दिन वैसे ही बोलते जा रहे हो, फिर भी कोई फ़र्क पड़ेगा? कोई फ़र्क नहीं पड़ेगा. तो जब तक आप उस लेवल की प्रैक्टिस नहीं करो, इतने कॉन्शियस हो जाओ, अगेन दैट यू हैव टू इंक्रीज योर अवेयरनेस लेवल, यू हैव टू वॉच योर सेल्फ. मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम यू आर नॉट इवन वॉचिंग, यू आर नॉट इवन कॉन्शियस, ठीक है ना? तो कैसे आपको करना है, कैसे करना है, कुछ एक्सरसाइज जो इन्होंने बताई है वो तो शुरू करिए. और मैंने भी ऑलरेडी आपको एक्सरसाइज दी हुई है जो आपने नहीं की प्रॉपरली। मैंने कहा पहले अपना रोल मॉडल ढूंढिए, दे हैव गिवन यू सजेस्टेड यू मोर देन 10 रोल मॉडल्स। देन उसकी वीडियो जो है वो कॉपी करके आप यहाँ ग्रुप पे डालिए, और जिस दिन आप बिल्कुल उसी की तरह बोलने लग जाओगे, सेम वीडियो हो गई, तो उस दिन आप में चेंज आनी शुरू हो जाएगी। एक ये इनको मैंने एक्सरसाइज दी थी विदाउट नोइंग ऑल दिस प्रिंसिपल्स। सो दे ऑल सिलेक्टेड ए मॉडल बट दे डोंट पुट द एनीथिंग ऑन द ग्रुप। शुरू में 1-2 बार डाले थे, उसके बाद कुछ नहीं डाला। और अगर ये सब कुछ जानने के बाद भी अगर आपने प्रैक्टिस नहीं किया और ट्रांसफॉर्म नहीं किया अपने आप को, तो फिर आपसे तो वो बेटर है जिनको पता ही नहीं कुछ। एक छोटी सी बात बताओ, पहली बात तो एक, आपको जब आप ऊपर जाओगे तो एक पाप लगेगा। ईश्वर कहेगा देखो मैंने तो सबको मौका ही नहीं दिया, मैंने तो करोड़ों में से 15-20 लोगों को ये मौका दिया ये जानने का कि आप बदल सकते हो, बाकियों को तो मैंने मौका ही नहीं दिया। तो इग्नोरेंट है, उनको पाप लग सकता है? उसको पाप नहीं लगेगा, तो इग्नोरेंट आदमी है धरती पर। कह सकता है कि मुझे किसने बताया, फिर वो आपको बुलाएगा कि आपको बताया था ना, मुझे बताया तो था बट आगे क्या एक्सप्लेनेशन है?
अप्लाई नहीं करा।
हाँ,
अप्लाई नहीं करा।
अप्लाई नहीं करा। फिर आप किसी को ब्लेम कर पाओगे कल को कि नहीं जी मेरे को ये जरा कैसे ये काव्या कैसे टॉप पे पहुंच गई, या बाकी लोग कैसे ऊपर चले गए। जब आप क्लाइंट से बात करो तो उसमें एम्पैथी नहीं है, जज से बात की तो ऐसे देखो, वो CGI की मैंने क्लिप आपको भेजी है, तो वो जज ने कहा कि आप लॉ पढ़ा रहे हो, एक आज की भेजी है, कल कंटेम्प्ट नोटिस। सीनियर वकील इतना चुप ही नहीं हो रहा था, तो जज साहब ने कल कहा कोर्ट में, उसने कहा बुलाओ सिक्योरिटी वालों को, उठा के उसको बाहर ले जाएं। कितना सीनियर वकील है, पहले भी एक वकील था। कोर्ट में गए तो ऐसी बात की जैसे पत्थर मार रहे हैं, क्लाइंट से ऐसे बात की, पहली बात तो क्लाइंट ही फाइल नहीं देगा। तो आप अगर क्लाइंट ने आपको पैसे दिए, फिर जितने पैसे वो देता है उतने प्रेशर होता है आपके ऊपर। कोर्ट में जाके बोल ही नहीं पाए जज के सामने, या पत्थर मारने वाली बात की और जज ने डिसमिस कर दिया। तो बाहर आके वो क्लाइंट पैसे वापस छीनेगा आपसे। ठीक बात है ना? तो आज एक कमिटमेंट करके जाओ। और कैसे कमिटमेंट करनी है पता है आपको? करते हो आप लोग? सब लोग करते हो रोज? कौन कौन करता है? आपको बताइए कैसे कमिटमेंट करनी है, कोई चीज़ आपको अगर पूरी करनी हो।
सर जो 4
एक कौन कौन करता है वो तो बाद में, आप करते हो रोज? वेरी गुड। और 2 चलो वील क्लोज दिस सेशन नाउ, एंड आई थिंक कुछ की जो रिकॉर्डिंग रह गई है वो आप करो जल्दी। वील हैव इट देन लेक्चर सेशन, क्योंकि इनको हमने बहुत बर्डन डाला हुआ है ध्रुव जी के ऊपर। His entire team is here. So we are very very grateful and obliged to Dhruv and his entire team for helping us to help you. ठीक है? Thank you.
Thank you.